welcome back to the GWAP Podcast, Grind with a Purpose. You already know what it is. We're here to elevate your mind, your business, and your soul. Let's be real. Everybody has an opponent, right? Competition, or even just straight out blasphemy, enemies trying to block your success. Whether it's in business, your career life, your personal life, your relationships, or just people who don't want to see you win. The game is real. The game of life, the matrix we're in, is very much so real. But here's the truth. The key to winning ain't about fighting these people harder or fighting these entities harder. It's about moving smarter and staying prayed up. In this episode, we're breaking down how to outthink and maneuver your competition, why emotions will keep you losing, and how to stay disciplined. The power of silence and why real bosses move in the shadows. How to turn your enemies into stepping stones instead of roadblocks, okay? So, let's start off by saying this. Winning is a mind thing. Winning starts in your mind. First things first, winning is never going to be something that's physical, really, because you could obtain all of the riches, you can obtain all of the cars, clothes, houses, whatever it is, women, men, you can obtain all of that. But mentally, if you don't feel like you have accomplished anything on a soul level, on a molecular level, you really will never just understand what the true essence of a winning spirit is. So it ain't physical. It's something that's mental. All right. So if you already see yourself as defeated, you've lost before the battle even began, because you already see yourself like, I can't move no farther. I can't move on, So don't ever let any situation or circumstance in life have you feeling defeated. Because guess what? Life is all about going through experiences. And every experience is not going to be a good one. Every experience is not going to be a bad one. So you have to be willing to accept the good with the bad that life has to offer. Your opponent is always studying you. The enemy is always a coming enemy. Your opponent watches your every move. They want to know your weaknesses, what trigger you, what make you lose focus, how to keep you distracted. So this is all how the devil play with you. And he play with you in so many ways. He play with you through bad habits, through letting certain individuals in your life. So if your mindset is weak and you can't see these things, you already lost the battle. So we have to get into that winning spirit. We have to. It's mandatory. In order to do so, we have to know how to maneuver and outshine the enemy and stay ahead of the enemy in order to win. Okay? So let's get into what we should be doing. Number one, what we should be doing is never react or respond. So the enemy wants a reaction out of you. See, the enemy can't control you or make you do anything. But what the enemy can do is plant certain things around you, manipulate certain situations to happen to get a certain reaction out of you. They want you to act off the emotion and make mistakes and trip over yourself. So you have to stay in control. And sometimes you have to never let someone else dictate how you move. Not sometimes, all the time. Never let someone else dictate how you move. By staying in control. Use strategy. Use logic. Use your intellect. Head over heart decisions. Not emotion. Play chess, not checkers. For example, think about Floyd Mayweather. He's undefeated, not just because of skill, but because of his mental game. He let his opponent waste energy swinging wild while he stayed patient, watching, analyzing, and then he strike at the right time. So if you want to win, you got to have that Mayweather mindset. Keep your emotions in check and move with intention. Everything you do should have a purpose behind it. Every single thing you do. You should be praying about the decisions that you make. It should have a greater purpose in your life that's serving God, that's serving, you know. You shouldn't just be out here doing any and everything, wanting something for nothing. Another way to stay ahead of your enemy is to move in silence. You know, everybody don't need to know your next move. Too many people lose because they talk too much. You talk before the blessing even get there. You saw it. God showed you the vision, gave you the dream, gave you the epiphany, the revelation. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, when to keep that information to yourself. It's between you and God. Everybody don't need to know. And this could be most things that God tell you is personal and tailor-made to you anyways. You know, and the enemy know how to use people. So you have to be mindful. That's why moving in silence is very important. When people know your plans, they can block them. Your enemies can't attack what they can't see coming. You know, let your results do the talking. You don't have to do the talking. Like Jay-Z, he ain't announced he was about to be a billionaire. He just moved in silence and made the right plays. By the time people caught on, he was already ahead of his game, way ahead of his game. Motherfuckers just now catching on. Talking about new age community. Jay-Z was on that back then in the 90s. Motherfuckers just now waking up. Like Dolph said, real bosses don't talk. We just sit back and listen. So let your success speak for itself. If you serious about winning, stop announcing your every move. Stop announcing what you finna do, what you gonna do, how you gonna have shit. Keep that to yourself. And just execute. Execute. You ain't even got to necessarily execute in the dark. Just get focused on what you got to do to achieve that and stop talking about it. Because the enemy is always lurking in the shadows, always listening. And he'll put anything or anybody that you love in place to stop you to getting from where you're going. Especially if where you're going is going to elevate your whole family. It's going to elevate not just you, but anything around you. The enemy don't want to see that come together. The enemy don't want to see major movements made by the chosen, by the righteous. So you have to move strategically out here. Strategy over strength. Play smart and not hard. Okay, your opponent is always waiting for you to make a mistake. The loudest one in the room is usually the weakest. That's why the most powerful people in history move strategically, not emotionally. You can't move off of every emotion because your emotions, your heart, even the Bible tell you, your heart is deceitful. So you can't make like life changing decisions based solely on emotion. You have to think. You have to know how this world works. You have to know how things go. Another thing, study your competition. The same way they sitting back studying you, sometimes you got to watch them watch you. I learned how to do that being in college. A lot of people, I learned, that's how my third eye came on. At first, I wasn't aware how much people really sit back and watch you, and they'll know your everyday movement. They'll know your schedule. As much as you know your schedule, they'll know your schedule. People be watching you in your apartments, you know, in your neighborhood. Know your every move down there, know everything you do. So study their ass too. Don't let emotions blind you. Analyze your opponent. These motherfuckers ain't slick. Learn their weaknesses, their patterns, and their blind spots. And sometimes you got to even use the same moves and tactics that they use on you against them to let them know, like, yeah, I'm up on game. I see what you're trying to do. But that's not going on over here. I'm in control of this. I control where this spaceship go. I'm in control of my destiny. Think about Kobe Bryant. He studied his competition so deeply that he knew their moves before they made them. That's why he was such a dominant basketball player. He was so dominant in his game till they killed him. They killed him. So if you want to stay ahead, start thinking 3 steps ahead like a chess master, not a checkers player. Turn your enemies into stepping stones. Sometimes your biggest enemies are actually your greatest teachers. You have to understand that everything is placed in our life for a reason, good or bad, like I said at the beginning. So use these motherfuckers to get up. Use the hate. Use the gaslighting. Use the manipulation. Use the narcissistic behavior to get up and get the fuck on. Every time they doubt you, you level up. Every time they talk down on you, you level up. You push harder. You make more money. You get smarter. The enemy is always watching. So give them a show they can't even deny. You know, look at 50 Cent. He turned beef and competition into a whole business move, a whole dynasty, a whole empire. Man got a whole goddamn his own network, really. He made his biggest haters fuel his success to take him to the next level to be the man that he is. Man own a whole stadium. Damn near own a whole city for real. You know? While they was solely thriving off their emotion, how they feel about you, every move you see, that's when you know you gotta let people go, when everything you do begins to affect their emotions. Everything you do or say, they super emotional. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they start getting strategic with you. But deep down inside, they feel some type of way about every move you make. You know? 50 Cent was strategic. Them motherfuckers was emotional. That's why they ain't on his level. 50 Cent, that man went through a lot. He lost so much weight just to play a role in a movie. Just to get that bag. That nigga lost weight to where he damn near looked like he was sick for real, for real. And he used that and turned that into something like he been having vision. So don't run from the hate. Use that shit as motivation. Turn that negativity into free marketing. Yes, thank you, ma'am, wham, bam. And let the success, the work that you doing and putting behind yourself, the way you believe in yourself, the way you confident in yourself, clap back at it. You ain't got to do too much talking. You ain't got to confront nothing. We grown, baby. It ain't even about that no more. It's about your actions. It's about who really having it, who really have emotion, who bank account really looking right, who really handling their business, who really building credit, who really owning businesses, who really building trust, who really got insurance, who really got all their ducks in a row. That's what that's about. So at the end of the day, winning isn't just about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Prove to yourself that you can do it because you can. Prove to yourself that everything that you envision in your mind, that you want, that you need, that you desire, you already have and it's yours and you gonna obtain it. Do the work. The 4 keys to staying ahead and winning is to control your emotions. Stop reacting. Start strategizing. I let that hold me back for so long. Moving off emotion, how I felt. You can't get nowhere in life being like that. I let that shit hold me back for so long. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you. It'll set you back. Don't react to people that's not even on your level. Start strategizing so you can win. Move in silence. Let your results speak louder than your words. And then you outthink your competition. Play smart, not hard. You know what I'm saying? Turn hate into fuel. Use that to get up. Use that to level up your life. You know what I'm saying? Look at Charleston White. He turned whatever hate, whatever negativity they send that way, he turned that shit into fuel. And he get up. Motherfucker down there making $25,000, $30,000 a day. just off interviews on the internet. Come on now. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do nothing at all. Or don't let nobody have you out here crashing out to where you was only 25 wins away. But you done some dumbass shit. And now you done lost 25,000 or something. Or just say, for instance, you was only 25 failures away to really reaching your goal. But you done crashed out and done something that could get you in trouble or that you gonna regret. So now you finna lose 25 months of your time to a system when all you had to do was stay down and stay patient. So don't let nobody have you out here crashing out or tricking you out your spot out here. You know, I done been there too before. But turn that hate into fuel. Whatever hate they send your way, you use that to get up off of. You know what I'm saying? If you ready to stay ahead and move like the boss that you are and build the legacy that you want for your kids, your grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, you know, you gotta stay ahead of the enemy. Is one common enemy in this world, you know. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more game. I'm trying to stay consistent, y'all. I'm gonna stay consistent. I'm doing it. So yeah, win. We gotta win.